Are you unknowingly clinging to what you already possess, like a parched traveler carrying a full water bottle? Sounds crazy, right? Yet that's precisely what many do with their inner wealth. You were born rich, not financially, but with an unseen, unstoppable, invaluable power residing within. The most ironic part, you've learned to doubt it. A silent energy flows through you right now. You can't see, hear, or touch it, but it's there. It courses through your body, permeates your mind, fills the space around you. This energy is neutral, neither positive nor negative, simply existing. Your choice of how to use it is what shapes your reality. It powers all creation, the same force moving planets, growing trees, and beating your heart. And the most astounding fact? This energy obeys your conscious mind. You can mold, direct, and transform it into anything. Prosperity, health, love, success. The catch? Most people are blissfully unaware of its existence. Why are so many trapped in jobs they hate? Because they live as mere physical beings reacting to the external world. They wake up exhausted, complain about work, do what's expected, and return home frustrated, feeling life slips by without purpose. Sound familiar? But they're missing the point. They aren't just bodies, they're conduits for this powerful energy, and its destiny is determined by their thoughts. Your current life reflects your use or misuse of this invisible force. For 26 years I was oblivious. I followed the crowd. Join the Navy, my friends said, and I did, never having seen a ship, let alone liking the idea. Why? I just went with the flow, reacting instead of reflecting, deciding. I was on autopilot, heading straight for failure. Ever say, I want to change my life but don't know where to start? That's because no one taught you to think. We were trained to obey, follow rules, repeat patterns, but never to command the power within. Imagine, this energy flows to you now, awaiting instruction. Without conscious direction, it uses your dominant thoughts and manifests them into reality. Thoughts of scarcity, fear, frustration, that's your reality. It seems like fate or a cruel world, but it's just the energy obeying incorrect commands. You're not stuck with your current salary or situation. The only obstacle preventing a significant leap is how you use or ignore this energy. I've met people earning $25,000 a year claiming they were working hard. When I asked if they wanted to double their income, they said yes, but they were stuck because they didn't know they could choose more. Nobody told them, you can use your mind to reshape your reality. The shocking truth, many believe they don't deserve more, sabotaging themselves before trying. An inspiring idea pops up, and they instantly think, I can't do that, it's too much. But if the idea arose in your mind, doesn't that mean you can achieve it? The human mind doesn't conjure impossible images. Visualization is the gateway to realization. This energy is impartial. It doesn't judge whether your thoughts are good or bad, helpful or destructive. It simply materializes what you emotionally charge. This is the danger. Fear, doubt, insecurity. That's what you'll attract. Understanding this changes everything. You shift from reactive to creative living. You realize you don't need to wait for the perfect job, partner, or moment. You can create them, starting from within. Consider someone you admire, someone who built an extraordinary life. They likely didn't start with everything handed to them. They started with an idea, a vision, a seemingly impossible dream that resonated with them. The difference? They believed enough to act. What if you did the same? Spend 7 days observing your thoughts. Every time doubt, a limiting belief, or a too much for me creeps in, reject it. Replace it with, I am capable, I am deserving. I was born rich. Simple? Yes. But it demands awareness and persistence. You don't need to grasp the scientific details. Just start directing your thoughts. This force is already present, active, shaping your life. The question is, are you using it to create what you want or maintain what you don't? This is the difference between living purposefully and merely existing. You were born with the power. You were born rich. Start using it. Your mind is your reality factory. In that invisible, silent, immensely powerful place, everything begins. Before any physical accomplishment, there's an image, an idea, a spark. Nothing happens out there without first being built in here. That's the secret few understand, and even fewer apply. Everything you need to change your life is already inside your head. But without knowing how to use this factory, you'll repeat the same patterns, mistakes, and results. Notice how most people live on autopilot. They wake up complaining, rush through coffee, curse the traffic, spend the day doing what they dislike, and at night hope tomorrow will be different. But tomorrow is merely a reflection of yesterday's thoughts. This cycle repeats endlessly, recognizable. The problem lies in your internal programming. From childhood, we're conditioned. The words heard, examples seen, beliefs absorbed, all stored in the unquestioning part of your mind, the subconscious. There reside the ideas controlling your feelings, reactions, and sense of worth. The uncomfortable truth: you don't act according to your desires. You act according to your conditioning. If you were taught to think small, you'll sabotage yourself when trying to think big. You'll reject opportunities, doubt new ideas, cling to the familiar, even if it's destructive. It feels natural because it's automatic, but it's not natural, it's habitual. A moment of clarity: my daughter broke the shower faucet at dawn. Water gushed everywhere. Chaos reigned. Yet, in that mess, extraordinary clarity emerged. Transformative creativity doesn't arise from comfort. It arises when you break free from old scripts, abandoning passivity to take charge of your story. But what if you didn't need chaos to change? What if you chose, right now, to break free from limiting programming? It starts with a choice. Use your mind creatively, not reactively. Most people use their senses, see, hear, touch, forming ideas based on what the world presents. But the key isn't what your eyes see, it's what you can imagine. To change your results, create a new mental model. Build vibrant, detailed images that become more real than your current reality. That's how transformation occurs. First in the mind, then in the world. Buildings, bridges, airplanes, all were images before matter. Why would your new life be different? People ask, how do I do this? The answer is simple yet powerful. Repeat, visualize, write, feel, reinforce the image daily. Give it more attention than your problems. Consistent thought strengthens the idea, creating habits, forging destiny. A renowned expert stated that in about 21 days, any intensely repeated idea becomes ingrained in the subconscious. Once that happens, everything shifts. You act differently, effortlessly, stop self-sabotaging, and attract previously unattainable opportunities and people. This demands practice and perseverance. The mind resists change for safety's sake, even if that safe is a miserable job or draining relationship. Comfort can be a disguised prison. Only you can break free. The image in your mind determines your body's vibrational pattern, which attracts compatible experiences. Negative images, scarcity, failure, rejection, transform into emotion, then vibration, then results. There's no escape. Wishing for success while feeling undeserving won't work. Dreaming of financial freedom while feeling guilty about making money won't work. The subconscious mind doesn't understand words. It understands feelings and accepts only what's repeatedly felt with conviction. What's concrete today was once abstract. The light bulb was a concept, the airplane madness, the telephone heresy, until someone believed enough to create. Do you believe in yourself enough? You possess the same capacity as those inventors and entrepreneurs. The difference is their use of their minds. They chose creation. You can too. You don't need to be a genius. Just decide not to be a victim of past programming. Your mind is a factory running 24/7. Are you producing dreams or excuses? Feed your mind with uplifting images. Read, listen, visualize. Cultivate the habit of thinking big for yourself. When a new idea challenging your old identity appears, don't reject it. Ask, does this bring me closer to my desired life? If yes, embrace it, even if it's scary or distant. If it reached you, you have what it takes. Notice how some days everything goes wrong, while others, without reason, feel light, motivated, confident. That's not coincidence. It's vibration. Every thought generates a feeling. putting your body in a specific vibrational state, determining what you attract, how you act and react, and what you manifest. Most people don't realize this. They think they're reacting to the world. When they're creating it through their feelings, they say, "I don't feel well. Something's off, I lack energy," believing themselves victims of circumstances. But they're victims of their own unknowingly fueled negative vibrations. Everything vibrates. Your body, money, opportunities, ideas, relationships, illness, health, everything. Your current vibration attracts your experiences. It's not what you say, but what you vibrate. People say they want prosperity but vibrate in scarcity, love but feel rejected, freedom but vibrate in fear, then wonder why things don't happen. The conscious mind may lie, but vibration never does. Have you ever said, "Why do these things only happen to me?" Or "I'm a magnet for problems"? It's not hyperbole. You are a magnet, and your vibrational state is its power. Intelligent action doesn't arise from negativity. There's no clarity in anger, creativity in fear, or prosperity in guilt or doubt. Low vibration not only attracts unwanted things, it prevents you from accessing your creative potential. One of history's most brilliant artists had wealth, fame, talent, and applause, yet internally vibrated with anxiety, loneliness, and confusion. The external didn't sustain the internal, and the internal prevailed. No matter what the world offers, if your vibration doesn't match your desires, nothing will fill the void. You might achieve things, but they'll slip away if your vibration isn't compatible. Science proves emotional states influence your physiology, cortisol levels, heart rate, and reality perception. Studies show that gratitude shifts vibration, improving health, boosting resilience, and even increasing income. Feeling changes the vibrational field, and the field responds with compatible experiences. Most people pray for things they don't want. They ask for peace while vibrating in anxiety, love while living in rejection, victory while addicted to losing. They think they're praying when they're affirming fear. The neutral universe responds solely to vibration, returning what's emitted. Changing your vibration isn't optional, it's essential. Don't ask, "What do I want?" but "What frequency am I vibrating at?" Pay attention to your body. Contraction, tension, low energy. These are signs of imbalance. This can be costly, financially and in lost opportunities, connections, and life-changing ideas. The solution starts with awareness. Observe your feelings like a control panel. When feeling bad, don't escape, disguise, or blame. Acknowledge, "I'm in a negative vibration." Then ask, "What can I do to shift this frequency?" Sometimes it's as simple as listening to uplifting music, walking, calling a loved one, deep breathing, or writing a gratitude list. The goal isn't escaping emotion, but shifting your focus, because your attention is your vibration, and your vibration is your life. You won't change everything at once, but you can change one emotional state at a time, and that changes your destiny. By controlling your vibration, you stop reacting and start creating. You stop being a victim of others, the economy, the past, and become the author of your reality. Then money flows, the right people appear, ideas emerge because you're vibrating at the frequency of your desires, and the universe must respond. That's the law, and you're already using it whether you like it or not. Will you continue using it against yourself or learn to use it in your favor? Sometimes, all that separates a life of limitations from a life of freedom is one habit. Not a revolution, not a grand plan, just a small adjustment, something most people ignore. They believe in total transformation, and failing, give up. But transformation begins subtly, with the decision to change one thing you've done automatically for years. Most of your life is on autopilot, repeated thoughts, nurtured emotions, decisions, all rooted in unconscious patterns formed by repetition, conditioning, and survival. These patterns became habits, but the problem is they aren't leading you where you want to go. They're keeping you where you are. Ever say, "I know what I need to do, but I can't"? That's habit overriding your will, usually winning, residing in the subconscious. The part that doesn't think or judge only reacts. Without addressing this, you'll return to the same place no matter how hard you try to advance. My aunt, an amazing, generous, intelligent woman, lived in others' shadows, always saying yes, waiting for permission, silencing her feelings, forgetting her individuality. Until she made a simple choice, she started saying no, not angrily or aggressively, but sincerely. In that small no, she rediscovered herself. She began expressing her opinions, desires, and limits, putting herself first, something habit prevented. Soon, she started her own business, and for the first time, instead of serving coffee to visitors, she said, "Help yourselves." Unlocking your potential often starts with the smallest of shifts. Think of it like this. You're not trying to climb Mount Everest in a single bound, but taking one deliberate step at a time. Instead of tackling every bad habit at once, which is overwhelming and often leads to failure, focus on just one. That seemingly insignificant daily ritual, the one you barely notice, that subtle self-sabotage, the constant complaining, procrastination, excessive apologizing, people-pleasing, self-doubt. That's where the real work begins. These seemingly minor actions, repeated daily, build invisible chains that bind you. Breaking free starts with acknowledging their power. It's not about willpower, it's about rewiring. Your brain is like a garden. Every action plants a seed. Repeated behaviors create deep, well-trodden paths. Changing a habit doesn't erase those old pathways. They'll tug at you. But consistent effort builds new, stronger paths. Think of it as creating a new neural highway. It takes time and effort, but the journey is worth it. Persistence is key. Consistency trumps intensity. You're not just changing a habit, you're building a new identity. This isn't a quick fix, it's a transformation. One small change ripples outwards. It influences your self-esteem, your choices, how you perceive yourself, and your relationships. It's like altering the code of your life, one line at a time. The world responds to your energy. See yourself as valuable, and opportunities appear. Feel unworthy, and you'll attract indifference. It all begins with that one habit. Choose it wisely. Choose it fiercely, because your life quite literally depends on it. When the old patterns pull you back, and they will, pause, breathe, say no more. Then keep going. True change isn't flashy. It's the quiet revolution of the self. It happens in the unseen spaces of your mind, but the results are profoundly visible. You don't need perfection. You need consistency. One habit at a time. One step at a time. Looking back, you'll realize that one small habit was the keystone to the life you always wanted. A life you finally decided you deserve. This journey starts within, not without. It's about mastering your mind, raising your vibration, and rewriting your narrative. One thought, one feeling, one step at a time. Building an extraordinary life is a gradual process, a constant evolution. If this resonated, the next video will take you deeper. Let's climb another rung on the ladder of self-discovery together. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.